All right, it's time for part 3 of 4 for Halloween 2018. So this stuff is getting a little closer into the woods now. I might have mentioned in the first part how expanded this year's display is. This is the most expanded and spread out display I've ever done. So here we got a couple ghosts, some bats. Looks pretty neat. Then at the next tree, this consists pretty much of all C7 light bulbs. First up top we have a set of Peepin' Peepers Halloween eyes, another set that I did a lot of changes to. And then going down the tree on each, it's every other one, a different colored skull. That one there is blue, got red, clear, green, and then orange at the bottom. So those I actually think look really cool together. The different colored skulls, I've never done it like that before. Last year the pattern I did was just orange and green and one clear in the middle. I didn't do 5 different colors, but I think that adds a good look to it. So they're the two trees together. Next, this is a little tradition I started doing in 2016. It was the first time I really did what I call a holiday crossover. The hunted deer section, I like to call it. I took the wireframe deer that you see everywhere at Christmas. And they look okay, I think, for Christmas, but I thought it would be neat to try something different with them. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do this. I'm sure it's been done, or something similar has been done, but I like to think I'm the one who kind of started this in a way. I don't know if many people have done it or have seen me do this before, but I've never done it like this year. So I stripped off all the clear lights and replaced them with red lights that look like blood dripping. These two are fighting. And then I have a trail going there. And hanging from the tree, I have the wireframe body of one with the head removed. Thought this is a little more, I guess you can say it's a little bit more of a darker part of my display. And this is the first thing you see when you come up the driveway lit up, besides the bumper car. So there's its body, the trail of blood going, leading to those two fighting, which I think looks awesome. Then the only other thing really here at the top of the driveway that I'd like to point out that I think is awesome this year, the bumper car with the skeleton riding in it. This was awesome. I took an old rusted bumper car that's like 30 years old, put a rotating LED light on it, and put a skeleton as the rider in it. I think it looks awesome. I haven't ever seen anything like this on Pinterest, Facebook. I haven't seen anybody do anything like this. Once again, I'm sure it's been done, so I can't 100% take all the credit for something like this. I mean, it's an idea I came up for myself, but I'm sure it's been done before. But I think it looks awesome. Then I put some caution flags around it. You might be able to see. And if you look, wow, that looks awesome from here. You can see my moon lit up. You might recall my video of the homemade moon with owl, and you probably can see from here the owl's gone, and there's a little story that goes with that I'll talk about that'll be the part 4 and final part. I'll show you what the centerpiece main focus of the display is, and that's coming up in part 4. That moon looks cool from here lit up. Really looks good. All right. So you can really see a lot of the display from out here in the field going all the way up there to the woods, like where the first part took place. So I started all the way at the top closest to the woods and worked my way down, as I'm sure you can put together now. All right, now, there might be some confusion when I say about the centerpiece. Yes, these pumpkins are featured in the middle where I always did the pole standing up. That has always been here for every holiday as of 2018. For Halloween, I decided to do something a little different. So yes, this is in the middle, but I don't think of it as the centerpiece. So here, this pretty much is all blow molds. There's like 2 or 3 pieces that aren't blow molded. But here's my pumpkin section, which I think looks awesome. All blow molds. That's you can see the box they're stored in right there. That is an old chicken nesting box, which I think looks awesome. So I like to think I did really good with this. This is definitely a homemade idea that I'd love to see more people try. These blow molds, you see them, they're like the ideal vintage blow mold for Halloween. They always come to mind when they say vintage blow mold. However, more specifically those 6 in the box, like that model, they are so easy to come across. Like at any antique place, there will at least be one. Can almost guarantee it. So when I hear people say they're extremely rare, I don't believe it. I think they have a value and vintageness to them, but I wouldn't say they're rare. I call them the most common of the vintage, that specific model in the middle there. I call those the most common of the vintage. Now those there you might have to look for a little more, like the different models, those 5. Those you might have to look a little more for. Then the rest of those pumpkins, I think you can come across those others on the outside there, like the totem poles. Those you can find relatively, yet they're not too hard to find. But that looks great. And then going with it, there's a little second part, which has more blow molded, not as many. Some pumpkin tails there. Homemade sign for Halloween. And the 3 little pumpkins that I don't even call those blow molds. Those are relatively new. I think I got those in 2012, the 2 in the back. Now that little pumpkin in the middle there with the little face, I have 10 years. I got him in 2008, so he's pretty significant this year, as well as that green ghost was. Those are 2 things I know I have for sure 10 years in 2018. So this is pretty much it for this part. Then there's one more left that I want to do, and that'll be part 4. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.